So at what point did you realize that you hit rock bottom? Exactly, you gotta love what you do. That's pride of place, baby. Because in order for them to take us seriously, hey guys, Rocko Narvios here with Neil Jou Productions. On today's episode, I had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Brett, the money earner Shoemaker. He's a valued client, he's a new friend of mine, very interesting. By combining dressing for success, meeting new people, and presenting effectively with good leadership and a good system, you can really establish success. Now ask yourself one question. Do you have pride of place?
Born and raised in Victoria, Texas, after graduating high school, he had no idea what he wanted to go to college for and decided to join the U.S. Navy. After serving, he landed in the rental car industry and was promoted to management after about 8 months. After spending close to 4 years in the rental car industry, Brett surely found out that the only true way to be financially independent was to be self-employed. During this time in the rental car industry, he met a young successful gentleman who introduced him to residual income, which will later open the door to network marketing. Life is all about an ongoing learning experience. Through trial and error and seeking counsel from leaders, this molded Brett into the person that he is today, allowing him to quickly move up in the industry. Brett Shoemaker is now committed to helping others become financially free through successful habits and residual income through network marketing. Everybody, let's meet Brett, the money earner Shoemaker.
So tell us a little bit about how you became the person who you are today. Any significant moments or milestones that might have created the person who you are today in the business that you're in?
Really taking it back to where I grew up. I was born and raised in South Texas in a little town called Victoria, Texas. Well, I call it a little town now because I travel so many big cities. So growing up, it was under 100,000 people. Pretty much everybody knew everybody for the most part. And I think what really was my wake-up call, or really from a standpoint that I could recognize that there was a major difference with me, is growing up with a single parent. I grew up with my mom. My parents were divorced. My dad was very involved in our lives, but I grew up with my mom. And my mom worked one full-time job, worked a part-time job, and whatever she could to not necessarily make the ends meet, because we had a roof over our head and we at least got by, but she wanted us to have all of the things that the normal children and the normal kids had, from the nice clothes and the nice shoes and things of that nature. Yeah, there you go. And so she did whatever she could to make that happen. And I guess I was at an age to where I actually witnessed the amount of work and effort that she put in to actually making sure that we lived an above average lifestyle, that we fit in like everybody else. But the reality is I realized the hard work, determination, dedication that she actually put in. And so I knew what actually went into us being able to have those things. And so I guess I had a different appreciation, which allowed me to mature faster and really understand that I was ultimately going to be responsible to live however I wanted to live. And my dad did very well from an early age as well, always teaching to be responsible, pay your bills on time, and be principle based, never be late, be prompt, and things of this nature. And so between my dad's principles and being very disciplined, and my mom showing you that anything's possible and that you just got to go out there and work hard, I had a great foundation to become the person I am today. But as everybody knows, being successful is really just about a choice.
So what was the first, taking your foundation and the strong values that you were presented with as a youth, what was the first endeavor that you dived into?
Well, the first endeavor actually was I joined the Navy, and the reason I joined the Navy is because I wasn't a big fan of school, mainly because I realized that school wasn't necessarily the answer to getting me to where I wanted to go. I knew it definitely had some influence in certain areas, but I didn't particularly like school, and I saw that there were some people that were successful without school. And because I couldn't really determine what I wanted to do for 4 years of my life, I said, you know what, let me do something productive. And then I landed in the rental car industry. I got in the rental car industry, and actually through the rental car industry, I was introduced to the insurance industry. And there was a gentleman that actually shared with me the concept of residual income. And this gentleman at the time was, I believe he was 31 years old. I was 23 or 24, and he shared with me that he got paid every single time somebody would pay their car insurance, their homeowner's insurance, and as long as they remained a customer, every time the policy would renew, he would actually earn an income.
For those that don't know what residual income is, let's explain that to them.
Well, basically what residual income was, and matter of fact, I didn't know what residual income was at that time either when I met this gentleman. And he basically explained to me that it's doing the work one time and getting paid over and over and over again.
Well, Brett, we appreciate your business here at Neil Jou Productions. I want to ask you how you first started dealing with us and becoming a client, and the importance that you feel like image is in its incorporation with your business and its promotion.
Absolutely. Well, actually, the first time I was exposed to Neil Jou Productions was really early on in the developmental stages of Neil Jou Productions. Actually, a few years ago, the gentleman that actually introduced me to the insurance business and residual income said, hey, I met a guy that does the same thing that you do in network marketing, direct sales on a part-time basis. He runs a print shop down the street, and he said his company's better than yours. And I said, okay, great. Well, I need to give him a call, right? And so we actually sat down together, built a relationship. I knew from the very beginning that Neil was an awesome guy, and we just built a relationship, and eventually began to make me business cards, make some different designs and so forth, and some printing, and that was our first interaction. And I knew after first going over the information with him for the first business card design exactly what I wanted. He went and made the design almost exactly how I saw it in my mind. And it takes a certain form of artistry to be able to take something that somebody tells you or that somebody puts down on paper, and for you to actually take it and run with it and create exactly what they're thinking. And that's exactly what Neil does.
So in essence, we're all artists, because we take the ideas that are in our own heads and we manifest it into the reality of the actions that ultimately lead to our success. That's great. So with these business cards, how do you feel like it empowers a person? How important do you think business cards play a role to business and relationships? And how do you feel about people that don't have business cards and they claim that they're doing business?
Well, I think business cards are very important, and the reason why is because when somebody asks you what you do or do you have a card, especially if you're presenting yourself as a business owner or if you got a business opportunity and you don't have a business card, it kind of makes them look at you like, well, if you're running a business, then why don't you have a business card? And if this is your business, then how are you presenting your business? And so even though the current opportunity that I'm involved with, our business card is actually a sample of coffee with a label on it, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we market as our business card. But I also have a business card as well, because there's different venues and different mixers that I'm involved in or maybe a part of, and I need a card.
So being a successful individual that you are, you're very busy. So explain to us the importance of priority and the major things that are very important to you in order to provide that balance in your life.
First of all, the industry that I'm in has a lot to do with people, different backgrounds, different religions, different creeds, different genders, and so I don't really get too much into depth with this, but I will tell you the very first most important thing for me is to have a solid relationship with my creator from a spiritual standpoint, as well as my wife's priority, and obviously our children as well. The second thing is obviously the family. Family life is important to me, making sure that my children. I've got an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old right now, 2 boys, and so making sure that they're well taken care of. But ultimately, obviously, my wife, even before them, is my number one priority, to make sure that I do everything, not only provide for her, but make sure that she has a life that I know that she deserves. And so after my spiritual background, or after my spiritual life and my family life, there's nothing more important to me than going out and creating wealth. And the reason for that is because that's my passion. You know, I love to help people experience that financial success. And it's not just because of the money, but let's just be honest, money kind of ranks up there with oxygen, right? You kind of need it to live. And everybody always says, well, it's not all about the money. But at the same time, money can pretty much cure all things for the most part. Obviously, you know, emotionally you got to be sound, spiritually and all that. But money will provide a lot less stress for 90+% of Americans, and even people outside of the United States, because, you know, the entire world is based upon what you have and don't have according to the amount of money that you have. So that's my main goals.
The next 5 years, where do you see Brett Shoemaker?
In the next 5 years, where do I see Brett Shoemaker? Well, in the next 5 years, I see myself as a multi-millionaire, leading an organization of hundreds of thousands of people within the current opportunity that we're in right now, and really setting the foundation to become a multi-billionaire. That's really my ultimate passion and my ultimate goal in life, from a financial standpoint, is to become a multi-billionaire, and actually Forbes 400. Okay.
What does pride of place mean to you?
Well, what pride of place means to me is really a collaboration of great minds making something where people can experience the process of where you come from, where you're at, where you're going, and being able to interface it, if you will, with a media platform like Neil Jou Productions has provided myself with, to actually help you get to that next level, or at least allow you to be that face or be that link, if you will. And so Pride of Place really shows that Neil Jou Productions is not just wanting to do business with just anybody, although they will do business with anybody, but they really want to see the client progress. They want to be a reason why, or a part of that success. And I think that's very admirable, because most companies out there, you know, they just do the job and move on to the next client. But Neil Jou Productions really cares not only about the work that they do for their clients, but want to be a part of their client's success. And so that's what I really like about Pride of Place, is you're embracing the people that have actually gone to the next level or created some type of success, and that's pretty cool. Hey everyone, Brett Shoemaker here with Neil Jou and Rocko Narvios at the backstage interview with Pride of Place here at Neil Jou Productions, and I'm absolutely excited to be able to provide everyone out there with my story, just to give you a little insight. And definitely you want to make sure that you come to the videos here and look at all the other individuals that were actually interviewed for Pride of Place, so that you can get a little taste of the process of success. So it's Brett Shoemaker. Look forward to connecting with you guys, and definitely look forward to what Pride of Place can do for you.